Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Casey Bellafonte. I'm not good at starting things. Okay. Hi, I'm welcoming myself to YouTube. I hope there's people here with me and I'm not just delusional. I'm definitely delusional because I love living in my fantasy, and I know I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at myself, sorry. But to what degree is the question. So hi, this is my intro video. I'm not good at it. But I really have this thing where I insist that I don't make it complicated, okay? And it just have to go with it, okay? So there's no editing. I'm really sorry if it's already lacking. I'm really sorry that we're already a couple minutes in and I'm like, who are you? I don't know. Okay. I'm nobody, but in my world, I'm everybody. So I guess it's a matter of perspective. But I'm about to be somebody because that's the storyline that I've made up. So anyway, hello. I also made a video that I'm going to include with this. They're kind of like duo intro videos, you know? Because one is kind of like, hey, I have a statement to make. And then the other one is like, I'm also a semi-serious, normal-ish person with other things to say and do and share and be and know and want and feel and all that. I like words. Verbs. Did you know that not all languages have verbs? It's so funny. Okay, so yeah. Every time I, in my head, I'm like, oh, I should edit that. But then I said, no, I'm not. I'm not editing anything. Whatever I say, you just have to go with it, okay? All right, so this fell off my sweater. So I think it would be great, a great accessory, if I could get it. My hair, my crown, my tiara. No! I am the queen of this. I am the queen of this story, honey. Whee! Okay, so, hold on. Let me try and get a little bit serious. Thank you. Hi. I'm going to tell you my name now. And then I go by many. Did I already? But I go by many names, okay? So, my original name is Kirsten. And that's way old. I've been going by Kiki for a very long time. That's a whole story, okay? And then now I just recently transformationed. And now I'm Casey. And now I've gone officially to be non-binary. So I wanted, it's a whole story, and I'm already getting distracted, so I'll tell it to you later if you want to hear it. I'm assuming anybody who's here already wants to be my friend, because I just feel that way. Okay, what was I saying? Something. I'm really good at getting distracted. My name. Oh, so just real quick. I haven't legally changed it, but it's Casey Marie Alexander Ricks. And if you want to call me Casey Alex or Casey or Ms. Bellafonte, House of Bellafonte. So it's very confusing and I'm not consistent about it. So for the most part, I'm Casey Bellafonte everywhere because that's the extraness and it's more fun. And then I can just be like Casey in my regular life, regular life. So, okay. I have notes here, but also notes here. And so I'm notes help a little bit And I would be way more ridiculous if I didn't have some structure. Okay. We can be serious. On and off, okay? Keep them right here. Okay. This is my new crystal, and it is hella pretty. So, speaking of crystals, I believe in the universe because I've had cool experiences with the universe that I wasn't expecting to have. So anybody who's eye rolling, been there. I'm a big eye roller of like, oh no, they're talking that kind of crazy. Oh no, you know, I can't take them seriously now. Then I turned into one, so you know, get me my tin hat or whatever. So pretty, and the universe compels me to come onto YouTube. I don't even like participate in social media, but I really like YouTube, and I like all like the sharing things about the internet, like the couch surfing, even like the, that didn't really take off, but the B&B, Airbnb, OnlyFans, YouTube, all that. I love it. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I just really wanted to like make my intro video so that I could drop my target video. I don't want to like come onto YouTube and introduce myself without introducing myself, right? Okay, speaking of targets, now I'm not going back, and already had my other video, but we just want to make it a lot more like official. I'm going to cut up my ugly card because I don't need it anymore. I'm sure they'll cut my discount away as soon as possible. So here we go. Yay, momentous! Whee! Oh, feels so good. I love cathartic activities like this. Let's cut them into teeny tiny pieces, and then I'll have to clean this up. Oh no. Oh, tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. Tiny. Like no one could ever snip this shit back together. Okay. I think it's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. Alright. So also, I'm like refused to be branded by Target, so I have my own vest, but it's gnarly gross now. So this is like a fishing vest, and now it's like full of grossness. But my friend bought me this pin that I really like, and it fell off, and so I super glued it, so then I couldn't wash my vest, and I said, oh, I'll just be disgusting. So let's take off all the fun things. Now I can just rip this off. Oh, it just came off pretty easily, but who wants to like super glue it every 5 seconds? So, Madame something something from the something mansion, haunted mansion. Oh yes, she's a fabulous diva, she is. My yes no pin that is holographic because I have very strong opinions about everything. Whee! Name tag? Whee! We don't want that anymore. My cute Post-its from the dollar store. Tape for handiness. Oh. Whoop. Whoop. My queen pin, because I am the queen. It's so cute. I should make a little tiny crown pin. Oh. Yeah, my pocket's full of crystals for magic, you know. So I don't really know what these are, like the names of them. Pretty blue, good for powerfulness. Just kidding, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is the obvious one, right? What's the one that's purple? I don't know. like the obvious one everybody should know. I don't know. They're pretty though. Blue, good for freedom. I'm making this up. Don't go buy that for freedom. And then it's actually for like security or something. Okay, other stuff. Red. Red. And you're like, who cares? Okay, stop. Okay. Oh, more magic. There's still magic in here. Okay, full of magic. We don't need to show you all the magic. But we don't want to throw away the magic. Oh my gosh, I almost threw away one of my favorite, like garnet thingies, or is that real? Oh yes. My charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent pin. 'Cause y'all better not forget. Oh, and then I have 2 pins for Gogo Bordello. Oh, because who's a punk rock princess? I am Queen of the Rebels. That's what the universe told me a long time ago. Said someday you're going to be Queen of the Rebels. I didn't know what that meant. If it's just fighting target, that's way funner than like having thought that I was going to have to lead some battle or something. Okay. I'll always have to have a fan at work for dramatic moments, you know, because sometimes you really have to make a statement and you say, excuse me. Well, actually, that's all the time at work. So I know I'm looking here, but I'm looking at myself. All the time at work, you have to say, I disagree, bad kitty. Okay, so that's the fan. Fun. Also from the dollar store, big fan, because we have to, you know, shop cheap because we work at Target. Pens that are bejeweled. I don't really use these for drawing or writing. I just use them for magic. Casting spells at people. Welcome to hell. May I guide you with light so that you don't suffer. Although most people just find me irritating because I'm like, this sucks! And they're like, why can't we just stop crying? And I'm like, why don't you cry more? What the heck? Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just, you know. It's just that, you know. Right? Like, that's all. It's just that, you know. Don't listen to me being a booger head. Okay. But hold on. I want to see the pink one too. Okay. And these are some actual writing utensils. I like to be prepared. And then I was trying to learn Spanish. It was also like sort of like my secret place where I put people's contact information when I was collecting people's names and said, who wants to put who wants to stand united? Which sounds like I got a bunch of people. I did get a bunch of emails, but I'm not even sure, like, the gossip, you know what I mean? Like, I live in my own little world, so I, like, go out of my little bubble just to talk to people and be like, are you having the same experience as me? And if so, will you give me your information? Then I leave again. You know what I mean? And so then it's like, I know from other people that they're talking about it, but I don't know what they're saying, and I don't really care because I'm doing this. So at first it felt like I was just doing it locally, and then it kind of developed into this larger thing, you know? So anyway, story time later. And then just, you know, the notes that I take to detail every single minute that I'm working, so that when they're like, why didn't this get done? And I'm like, why don't you ever remember how you delegate, how things are done? This is not my complaint video, okay? But yeah, I literally record like by the minute everything that I do, so I can be like, oh, here we go. Remember how you keep saying your crap about how my workload's the same as other people, but it's actually twice as much, and how many weeks have I been recording it now, and consistently every single day it's like twice as much, but I get the same number of hours to do it. Interesting that you come to me about things, and when I am not there for a day, oh my god, the overflow. It's just kind of like, how do you even dare come to me? You guys are ridiculous. So anyway, bye Target. So, over that place. Okay. Box cutters, cool. Bonus. Oh, and then all of my hair ties and pennies and what are those called? Safety pins and paper clips and stuff. Whoop, I believe that's it. I believe that's it. Let's see. I'm gonna get this ugly thing cut up and out of here. Some more. Oh, actually, let's save the zippers. Okay, that's a good idea. So as I'm cutting here, let me explain my theater behind me. It's a theater that I made. And I have ideas for it. So basically, I want to learn astrology, so instead of teaching it, I'm just going to learn it. But I'm going to learn it with YouTube, like with friends. Which doesn't really make sense, but it does to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, let's dive in and answer questions and be curious. Let's learn in a roundabout kind of intuitive way because it's fun. And if you think astrology is nutty, again, I would say even a couple months ago, if you were to be like, what? Oh, like somebody, they were like, there was this cute boy at my work who was like flirting with me, and he was like, oh, I looked up our compatibility, and you know, I'm a Leo, and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. You know? And then I had another friend who was just like, yeah, I want to go after being a leader because, you know, I'm a Capricorn. And I'm like, I guess that means that Capricorns like leadership, you know, because I don't know what that means. And so, but like now, I'm like, oh my, now I am one of those annoying people who's like every Monday, I listen to Michael Lennox, and I guide my life according to like the energies available, which sounds cheesy, but like, can we get into that too, please? I love to talk about that stuff, okay? Alright, so here's the zipper. Cool, we're salvaging things. I love that. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. I also want to talk about the fact that, yes, I do have a lot of Target-related content. Like performance art and jokes and so much like storytelling of the things that happen that are hilarious and all of that. And then I wrote a little small list of topics that I'm mostly interested in, but I have so many. Like, I have so many opinions, like I said. I'm very opinionated. Okay, so one of them is the fact that about drag and how you define it. and that there isn't really a consistent definition. But RuPaul, for some reason, gets to be the like authority, and I don't dislike RuPaul. I just don't like that, you know. And so, from my opinion, is that at the heart of it is, you know, it's a reference to the patriarchy and how women are, you know, second-class citizens and have been forever, and, you know, like all kinds of crazy stuff, you know. And then men not being able to express their femininity is like derived from that. You know what I mean? It's like, why is it otherwise not okay to express your femininity if femininity itself weren't, you know, like less than, right? And so the drag is like a political statement of, in my opinion, a celebration of femininity and a giant, dramatic, over-the-top representation of what symbolizes it, and to just kind of shove it in your face. It's a big political thing. So especially when men do it and they're 10 feet tall and they're like, you know, not biologically female, but it shouldn't be limited to men. And then he's like, it takes the irony out of it. It's like, oh, is that all it is? It's just a big funny ha-ha. Oh, look, men are dressed up as women, you know. So that's why I consider myself a queen, and we can have so much conversation about that, okay? So much conversation about it. But I want to do drag, anti-target, anti-political, or anti-corporate, anti-establishment drag. Yes. So, that's one of the topics. Then I also want to do OnlyFans eventually. I'm still just taking my time getting everything sorted out. And it's not going to be your typical kind of OnlyFans, right? It's not going to be like for like fooling around and stuff. It's more for like, it would be something I could like show my friends, you know, because it's like, oh, we're just going to have fun with nudity and talk about sex. Like, if anybody remembers the show on HBO from back in the 90s called Real Sex, and it's just honest conversations about sex and just having fun, you know. So it would be relatively benign, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be like pornographic. And so that's also a topic I want to talk a lot about, related to the drag and feminism and all that, and the divine feminism, divine feminine, and tantric goddess. And yeah, that's just some great topics. Some great topics. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So then another one is over here. Oh, Asperger's and the spectrum and that whole thing. And I have some opinions about that. A lot of them too. Because technically if you want to categorize me that way, but that's a whole funny thing with Target too. And I'm like, they're like, oh, are you disabled? And I said, no. But thank you. So it's very, I think, so misunderstood. So yes, talk about that. And mental health in general. And then another thing that I tend to have a lot of opinions about is beauty standards and ageism. And yeah, lots of stuff. Well, those are the ones I wrote down though. So yeah, fun. I really hope that you're intrigued and want to hang out with me, because I quit my job and I'm just doing this and just going like, I don't know. I honestly am just at this point where I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna see what happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really have always liked the idea of the adventure of living in your car. Like, I'm sure I would regret it after 5 minutes, but I would rather take a risk than stay in the place of foo, you know? So please watch my Target video so I don't have to repeat it all and annoy you right now. And then I could get extra views, like, which is so the point, right? Okay, not really views per se, but it's to enjoy my life and do the things I want, and that's another conversation too, right? And there's a bunch of YouTubers who I want to connect with and talk to and respond to, like, so much. So I'm going to, okay? Alright. Something else. Let's see. I just want to say that there's a lot of stuff behind here. Like, I have so many, and I've already been making content because, I was compelled. Like, it's a long story. If you guys want to talk about the universe, I like talking about the universe. It's a long story, but first I just thought I was getting my coworkers together against Target, and then I thought I'm doing YouTube, and it's two separate things, and then I realized they're merged, and then it was like, oh, and then okay, and then so I think I'm compelled to just do what I love, and I love everything, and so YouTube is a fun way to do everything and share it. Does that make sense? I'm not very good. Do I have to be good the way you expect me to be good? Because I probably won't be. Okay, I'll cut this by myself later, but we can already just tell that it's destroyed, right? Which is so great. That's what's the most important thing. Wouldn't it be funny if I gave this to somebody and was like, hey, I don't need this anymore. You can wear it. Yay! You can have my vest. So, bye! And then, I'm sure that I'm going to pause this and put links and say, hey, support me in all the ways, please. That would be so nice. Oh, yeah. Let me say something magical, okay? This is a book that I got. There's a kindergarten class that I used to substitute for regularly. And on my birthday, I worked on my birthday because I really wasn't doing anything. And they gave me this for my birthday. It was so nice. And I thought, how did they know that I'm a word collector? Oh my gosh, because the thing is the teacher, I've only met her like for 10 seconds. I'm like, know the aide really well, but the teacher bought this for me. Oh my God, did she know? How did she know that I'm a word collector? And I don't even think the aide would have known to tell her. Really felt magical. I said, oh, how did you know? Also because, so cute, right? See, this is what I mean about jobs that are actually rewarding and fun to go to. Which, long story, but I guess it's time to go back to substitute teaching maybe if this doesn't work. We'll see. I don't know if I want to go live in the mountains or I can do both. I can do all three. I can live in the mountains, substitute teach, and do YouTube. I can do whatever I want. You know what? Do whatever I want. Alright. Okay. So what's cool about this book is when I first looked through it, I said, oh my God, it actually has my favorite words, like effervescence. And like there's a bunch of them, like crispy. Oh my gosh. And I said, like, the kaleidoscope. And I said, you actually have some of my favorite words, geometry. So it wasn't just that it was so perfect, but like, so perfect. I said, how did you know? Okay, so then, it was already perfect. Then, there's a long story, I'm going to skip to the end. We can tell it another time. But it was magical, and the magical ending is that then oh my gosh, I have to go look at my book again. So then I do. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me find where they're so cool. There's all the even more magical words hiding. Hold on, let me get to the page where it is. Where is it? There's this one page with lots and lots of words. Listen to your soul. Bravery. And then there was like even transcendence and unity and like, whoa, it was so cool. And then the end, look at what it says. Hold on, I'm going to read it from here. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Wait, hold on. Instead of the end, it says the beginning. Oh my gosh. Isn't that magical? I don't know if you can tell through the electronical devices how magical that is. It's magical. I'm excited. Okay, 30 minutes, that's a decent, like, it didn't take me an hour, so I appreciate that. So I like you so much, whoever you are that's listening to me, because obviously if you're listening to me, you're like, would vibe with me, right? And so I'm like, my friends, yay! So I can't wait to be more friends with you all day long, all the time, all for fun, forever. Yay! Okay, so thank you. That's my intro video. Casey Bellafonte, Casey Alex, Casey, Ms. Bellafonte, however you want to call me. Let's get it confused. You can still call me Kiki, and so if you hear that and you're like, who is that? I prefer not to be called Kirsten anymore. It's too crunchy and confusing, and it's kind of like, I kind of associate it with different periods of my life, and that's like way back there, So, but at the same time, like, that is my name, so until I legally change it, I guess you can call me that too. Okay, so anyway, thank you and good night, and thank you and good night, and thank you and good night. Shake it at the house.